Hey guys, my name is Shalom. If you're new, I do videos on pop culture, artists, all that good stuff. If you like how that sounds, press the sub button and also press the bell icon because come on guys, it's free. And if you're returning, hi guys, how you doing? Show everyone around and how we do it around here. You've seen the title. I'm basically talking about why Scarlet basically failed or basically flopped. And you guys might be in the comments screaming like, oh, it didn't flop, like, oh, this and this and that. But we have to look at like Doja Cat and where she is and where she was during that era. But Planet Her debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200 with 109 first week units sold. Okay, and then she goes to release Scarlet, goes to number 4, but with 72,000 units sold. So it's kind of a bit of a step down. Yes, is 72k still good? Of course, most female rappers these days can't even touch that. Most female rappers can't even sell flipping 10k. So 72k good? Yes, of course. I'm not gonna say that's bad. Like, congrats, you know. But for someone who is Doja Cat, I'm expecting more than 72k, especially when we saw what Planet Her and Hot Pink did. They did more than 72k, selling 100k and then going 72. If I was a record label exec, if I was in a record label management or whatever, I would be like, oh my gosh, what is happening? Because that's quite a big jump. Why Scarlet didn't do as well as her previous albums is because Doja chose to do like a melodic rap. She chose to kind of mix R&B with rap. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're trying to get more fans, you're trying to reach a wider crowd of people, then that's not normally the genre people kind of gear towards to. They normally gear towards more of like the pop rap sound. And pop music, I've obviously, like I say in a lot of my videos, is more marketable than rap is. That's why you see so many female rappers now trying to hop onto the pop rap train. You know, Scratch Off was doing it, and I think Sweetie was trying to do it. Like, everyone's trying to do the whole pop rap thing because they've seen how Doja's been able to blow up with that formula. So everyone now is trying to, you know, do what she's doing. And I think the next reason, obviously, I think everyone knows this reason, because after the Planet Her and the Hot Pink era was over, Doja decided to basically say that her fans were stupid because they fell for the whole Hot Pink era, the whole pop rap sound. And she kind of started crashing out on Twitter. People were like, what's going on? Which is very unusual for Doja at the time, you know, calling her fans stupid and stuff like that. It wasn't anything that she usually did. She normally kind of just kept to herself, promoted her music, posted memes, went on live with her fans. But she kind of started to crash out and people were looking at her like, what the hell is going on? Like, that is the dumbest thing to do. Why are you calling your fans stupid? Why are you calling them stupid and all types of names when you're getting ready to release an album? Like, what? Like, like Miss Doja, what's going on? Okay, so she was crashing out on Twitter. A lot of her fans were like, so do you like us? Do you hate us? Because like, we're the ones that are buying your music. And she basically said that the Hot Pink era was just for her to get in the industry and to be where she is now with all her money, and that we were all dumb and we were stupid for streaming it. So yeah, and I know some people in my comments, they'll be like, oh, what about Agora Hills? What about Paint the Town Red? But I'm not finished. Because the songs that people only talk about, which is Agora Hills and Paint the Town Red, those songs, they have a pop sound to it. They have some little element of pop in it. Okay, like the beat, when you listen, I can't describe it, but when you listen to the song, you know what I mean. There's like an element of pop in it. So that's why those songs were the ones that went viral, the ones that people only know. Because if you ask the average person, the average Joe or Jane, or you ask the average person who, you know, knows a bit about rap, they don't know any of the songs from the album. They only know Agora Hills. They only know Paint the Town Red. And, you know, if you're feeling spicy, feeling lucky, maybe another random song from the album. But a lot of the other songs, no one cared for, no one knew the words. So I find a lot of the songs that had the pop sound to it were the ones that went viral. But the songs which were more conscious, more melodic rap, the ones where she was like talking her ish, no one cared about. No one gave a crap. Okay, so I need people to be honest with themselves, stop lying about, you know, these artists, these fans. I had it in my Normani video, like, you guys couldn't even take basic constructive criticism. Okay, that's why a lot of these artists are gonna stay at the low level they are, because there's some fans like you guys who continue to lie to them and say, oh, they're doing great, their music is great, like, oh yeah, like, no. And also, I think during this whole Scarlet era, she was online a lot more. Like, she was trolling a lot more, and I find like Doja Cat just isn't really funny. Like, I know it's like what she says and what she does is supposed to be funny, but I don't find it funny. You know, she was gearing up. This was like her demonic era. Okay, so there was rumors of her saying that she sold her soul, and she came out with this whole new demonic image. Like she was wearing like crosses, dressing up as a devil, having blood in her mouth, like wearing upside down crosses. She was going the whole 9 yards, right? And people were kind of, I think, a bit, I don't know if to say a bit put off. And obviously she changed her appearance a lot. You know, she lost weight, she cut her hair, she shaved her eyebrows off. Like she changed a lot. Okay, the people were not used to seeing Doja like that. She went from being very, very feminine in the way that she presented herself to looking like not as feminine, if that makes sense. And she was pushing a lot of boundaries with her fashion. She went to a fashion show looking like period blood, all these things. So it was quite a lot. It was like boom, 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 boom. Like everything was just at once. Like she's dressing as a devil, then she's dressing as period blood. Everything was like just at once. I don't think she like gave people enough time. Like she just did all the demonic stuff at once, and then she got the Belfamot tattoo, and then it was just like one thing after the other, and it's like it was too much at once. Like I remember like every other day, every other week I was seeing something about Doja, but it was never to do with her music. It was never to do with the Scarlet album, but it was always about, oh, she's dressing up as a devil, or she's wearing an upside down cross, or she's had a photo shoot where she's has blood in her mouth or something, and she's wearing devil horns, like stuff like that. But it was never anything about the Scarlet album. So I find the shock factor of that, like, yeah, it was okay in the beginning. Like people were shocked, people were genuinely intrigued to see, like, has she actually sold her soul? Is she actually doing all of this stuff? But then after a while, people just got bored and they got tired of the whole demonic kind of thing, like using this whole demonic and satanic stuff. Like people got a bit bored of it. And I think the great example of that is Lil Nas X. Like, yeah, it was shocking. It was like a massive shock factor to begin with. But then after a while, people stopped caring. Anytime this guy releases music, no one cares. I don't think it's going to happen with Doja, because I think obviously she has a little, I don't know, I don't think that would happen with Doja because like of her discography and like the way she is in the career. But a lot of people just stopped caring about, you know, about Doja. And I think a lot, okay, I'm not gonna say her appearance, but I'd say a lot of people, I'd see this on Twitter a lot, they literally said they stopped liking Doja just because like she shaved her hair, she lost weight, and she shaved her eyebrows off. Like a lot of people just stopped saying like she was beautiful, she was pretty, just because of that. So I don't know if that had a little bit to do with like the flop of Scarlet, but a lot of people stopped associating themselves and they just stopped saying that they like Doja, because a lot of people, when she was a lot thicker, they were saying how beautiful she is, and as soon as she gets in that Scarlet era and she's spitting out blood and whatever, she hasn't got any hair and no eyebrows, it's crickets. Like all these men are crickets. Like I feel like you guys kind of proved Doja's point where she said, what did she say in that song? Basically, you proved her point, because all she has to do to get likes and all she has to do to get people's attention is to put on a bit of makeup, put on a wig, and have her bum out. But as soon as she doesn't have a wig on, as soon as she shaved her head, as soon as she doesn't have eyebrows or something, that's a big problem. Okay, so you kind of proved her point with that one. I think another reason as to why Scarlet flopped is I think people just were not ready for the new sound. People were not ready for her to kind of do rap and do conscious rap. They really were just hungry and frothing for pop rap. They really want that. I find the general public, it's kind of like, since Nicki has kind of stopped doing the whole pop rap sound, they're trying to really find the next rap girly who's going to give them a similar sound and they'll blow them up. So her doing the whole melodic rap thing, people I think were quite a bit bummed out. I think a lot of people just thought she was going to carry on with the same sound, but in reality, you can't even compare Scarlet to Planet Her because they're so different.